review that I have not been able to do for quite some time. Now, I want to greatly apologize because the last video I did was the Buzz Lightyear action figure reviews, which was sometime in December, sometime New Year. Okay, but anyway, we're going to cut to the chase today. Today what I have here are customized Killer Clowns from Outer Space action figures that I have required. Now, they weren't customized when I got them. I customized them myself, so please, guys, do bear in mind. Do not get mad at me if you do watch my live stream and you see something on the figures that you do not like. Please keep those kinds of comments to yourself. You are more than welcome to give your opinions on what you think about the customizations. But otherwise, besides that, we are not going to get into that. Also, I have water on the side because this will be a quite long review. It'll be about 20-25 minutes, maybe at most. But anyway, I want to thank you guys again. I want to give you all another current update. I am back in Kentucky. I no longer live in Louisiana again. Update from my family back home. I am working a $16 an hour job, working 5 days a week, building cabinets for a company. Not going to disclose that information on here because nobody needs to know that. But anyway, $16 an hour, working 5 days a week, building cabinets. Working during the week, off the weekends. It's going to be cool. But anyway, what I want to actually talk to you guys about today is the custom Killer Clowns figures that I have here. I have kind of swapped a few accessories around, kind of changed a few things. I did get a Rudy figure when I was back home. The Soda Toys Rudy figure, and I did some modifications to that as well. But we're going to go ahead and talk about the first figures that I have today, and that would be Rudy. Now, instantly right off the bat, a lot of people could see what I have modified on him. Let me go ahead and move him closer to you. I don't know if I have anything that I can kind of mount them on. I mean, I could probably mount them on something. I'm not entirely sure, but I can kind of jump them up a little bit. Hey, baby, reach into the art bag there and give me a couple of them notebooks so I can kind of boost up the figures a little bit where they're in a better camera view. Think that binder will do? That's at a tilt. It kind of tilts a little bit. Well, yeah, maybe that'll work. Alright, so just give me a second. I'm going to see if I can kind of jump them up a little bit. There we go, yeah. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so right off the bat, you can definitely tell that there have been some modifications to Rudy. Now, the modifications that I have done to this guy is not very, very noticeable until you really point it out. The one thing that I did do to Rudy is I gave him the Amok Time Toys Shorty hands. Now, a lot of you are probably going to be asking me that question, is why did you do that, and why did you do that to poor Shorty? Now, we will get to that in just a moment. The reason why I gave these hands to Rudy is because for some reason they just fit him a lot better. It just looks more fitted to the figure. It's more equal, if that makes any sense. Now, the greater thing about this Rudy figure, he probably stands about 7.5 inches tall, maybe 6.5 inches tall. But it's really cool, though. Now, before I continue, I want to point something out to you guys. I did take off the head to clean them off and do some cleaning to the figure. Now, the ruffle is loose off the neck now. A lot of people would be like, oh man, that's going to break the value of it. That's going to break the value. I don't plan on selling these figures anytime soon. That's why I did the modification to them, because to be honest, a little bit of a simple modification really gets the figure to pop. And that's really the cool thing about this. Also, a clear and awesome technique to keep your figures clean, nice, and looking pristine. It's going to sound a little crazy. Hot water, toothpaste, and a toothbrush. Lightly scrub on them. It'll get all the dirt and grime off of them, and they look nice and clean. Now, articulation-wise, Rudy's arms can go up like this. You can lift up his arms. You can rotate them 360. You can turn them all the way around. Now, it's the same thing with the other arm. You can also turn that as well. I'm trying not to turn them too much because I don't want them to become loose. They can also go down to the waist. So that's 1, 2, because you can also turn this. Now, with the hand that I have on there, a lot of people would be asking is, does the hand actually rotate on this arm? Yes, it does. You can actually rotate the hand, yes. Now, another great accessory that I would like to mention is that can actually still fit in this hand is actually a really cool addition that came with the figures that I bought, is the cotton candy ray gun that came with the Shorty Amok Time Toys figure. Because Rudy actually does join the clowns at one point with a ray gun, except he wasn't the one who had the ray gun. It was actually Slim, which, as a matter of fact, in the future, I do plan on getting the Trick or Treat Studios Killer Clowns figures. Now, due to the aging and the warping of this hand, it's a little hard to hold that figure's gun in the hand, but you can actually get it to fit pretty snugly. Actually get it to fit pretty nice, and it actually looks really good with the figure. Now, the reason why I have the flat palmed hand on Rudy, because on the scene with the pies, where the clowns are throwing the pies at the security guard, you can actually get the custard pie from Shorty and put it in Rudy's hand. That way it simulates that scene there when Rudy's actually throwing the pies at the security guard. Now, I do plan on getting another Amok Time Toys Shorty figure and displaying it, but for the time being, until I start saving up a little more money, that's not going to happen, because I will tell you all this. I do plan on buying Pocky, the Amok Time Toys Shorty figure, and the Rudy figure along the way, but she's already said she's an out-of-a-box collector, and I got these figures loosely when I did get them. I did not get them in the box. They were not brand new. They were used. They were collector's items, so on and so forth. But anyway, this is the detail on Rudy. Now, due to the age of the figure, I want to point out something else. I've noticed about right here on this side of his hair, the hair is kind of peeling off of the scalp. I got to be careful with that, because I don't want his hair to peel off unless I want to take it off one day, do a resculpt of hair, possibly make it look better. I don't know. But yeah, this is my custom Rudy the Killer Clown figure from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And it's kind of cool because you can kind of rest his arm on the side like he's got his hand on the side or something like that. I don't know. But you can kind of rotate this as well and kind of put it down to where he's just resting or easing his arm or something like that. You can also stretch out his arm. I went ahead and took the gun out of his hand. You can pretty much look like it is resting his arm, or he's just resting his arm. Also, another thing I want to mention is that I learned that NECA has a Pennywise figure, the original OG Pennywise. He comes with a set of 6 or 7 balloons. I do plan on getting the Killer Clowns those balloons and some of those accessories. The reason why is because they're clowns. Clowns normally associate with balloons, and in the Killer Clowns movie, you see this one scene where Dave, Mike, and Debbie are all running through this big barrage of balloons, and you're thinking, that's a lot of balloons. Also, it simulates that it's also the clown babies. But that being another thing, but we'll talk about that later. But anyway, that for now is my Rudy figure from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I hope you guys like him. Now, next on the line, I could see the comments coming flooding in for this, because I know this is not correct, and I know this is not how he's supposed to be in the movie. This was a little bit of an oddball. This is Shorty from the Amok Time Toys toy line. A lot of people would ask me is exactly what is so different about this Shorty. Now, I'm going to point it out for you fans that don't really know much about Shorty. Shorty's neck ruffle is not green, it is blue. Now, there is a problem with that. I honestly thought I wanted to give it a little bit of a change up, and I wanted to a little bit. Sorry about that, that was a notification. I wanted to change it up a little bit and kind of give it to where Shorty has like his own custom thing. Now, a lot of you are wondering, what are the hands on Shorty? Now, I will point this out. These are the Soda Toys Rudy hands that you originally saw on Rudy. Why are they on Shorty? Because they fit Shorty's body stature a lot better. because I don't know why. It's just with Rudy being a much older clown, he's got bigger hands. And with Shorty being such a much younger and shorter clown, the hands really fit on him a lot better too. Now, a reason why Shorty's ruffle is green. Let me get to that. Shorty's ruffle is green because I was looking at the Tiny and the Shorty figures when I was kind of doing comparisons between them. For some reason, I thought the green ruffle with Shorty's green hair and the green star on his suit really came together a lot better. And it's like, I don't know why. This just for some reason looks a lot better on him. Because I have an OC character named Bellona, and she has green hair and a green ruffle as well. And it corresponds with the hair compared to the ruffle, and that's a great thing to have. Now, let's go ahead and get to the articulation of the figure. All right, so let me show you guys this. Now, with the figure being the way that it is, a lot of people don't really understand how the Shorty figure is actually the way that it is. Now, to get his hands to custom fit in there, I used some sticker sheets, and I wrapped them around the joints of the hands. So the hands fit snugly in there, and the fact on how they fit so flawlessly in there is honestly amazing. But let me show you guys one more thing. Okay, so the thing about the Shorty figure is when I was doing the custom modifications to it, and I took the Soda Toys Rudy fingers and the hands, well, not fingers, hands, I put them on Shorty. And what's cool about this is with Shorty holding the ray gun, Rudy's hand, for some reason, fits the gun a lot better. It just really does, and it's quite amazing, actually. Because when you go to pull the figure, when you go to put the gun in the figure's hand, it fits flawlessly, just absolutely flawlessly. There's no, okay, it's not loose, it's not coming out, and it's not wanting to fall out of his hand. You can even do this. You can rotate his hand, you can move his hand, everything else, and it will not affect the figure whatsoever. Okay, so another thing, the reason why I got this hand on Shorty is because when I plan on getting the NECA Pennywise balloon set, I'm going to put the balloons in Shorty's hand because Shorty would be the clown that holds the balloons. That being said, is the reason why I changed out the ruffles again, because it corresponds so well with the figure, it corresponds so well with the hair color. And it's a really great thing that I decided to do, and I wanted to do it just to make sure that it has like this little bit of aspect. Now, another thing is the articulation in Shorty is that he doesn't have as much as Rudy. He can move his arm backwards, he can move it back, and his forearm can do a full 360, and his hands can rotate. I did make it to where the hands are rotatable. They can be rotated, yes. Now, a lot of people would probably ask me how I was able to do that. Again, use shipping labels, sticker sheets, wrapped them around the joints of the hands, and they fit snugly in there, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Now, Shorty's head does do a 360 as well. Now, when you do this, you got to be careful with the ruffle because you got to fix the ruffle in the front because it will kind of jump it up a little bit. It will jump up the ruffle when you're rotating the head. Oh. I was kind of figuring that was going to happen eventually, but oh well. But yeah, this is Shorty. My Killer Clowns from Outer Space Amok Time Toys figure. I'm happy with the way he is, happy with the way that I've modified him. And I honestly love him for the way he is, and that's honestly how he's going to be. So the next one that we have on our list, this phone is not being my friend today. All right, whatever. Is my Tiny figure from Amok Time Toys. Amok Time Toys Tiny. Now, another thing that a lot of people would also understand about the Tiny figure is, let me point it out to you, because I'm pretty sure if I don't point it out, a lot of people ain't going to notice it. Okay, so Tiny has the blue ruffle. Why does Tiny have the blue ruffle? Okay, here is a good question. The reason why Tiny has the blue ruffle, just like Shorty has the green hair and the green stars on his suit, if you notice carefully, look at Tiny's face paint. The face paint is a lot more blue. There's a lot more there, a lot more explaining. And the suit is also a blue color. It is not purple. It looks purple on camera, or it kind of looks blue. People would think it's purple, but it's actually not. It's a very violet blue. It's a very violet color. And that's what's actually really cool about it. Now, the reason why I put the boxing gloves on Tiny is because Tiny and me and my partners AU, Tiny actually is the one with the boxing gloves all the time, and he is the only one. Also, welcome newcomer. Thank you for joining the live stream. I hope you appreciate this. We are doing a review on the Killer Clowns from Outer Space action figures, and they just left again. Does not surprise me. That is YouTube audience for you. But anyway, I want to also mention that Tiny also has the red hair, which corresponds well with the boxing gloves. I don't know if I have a flashlight or something. I might have something better to light these guys with. Yeah. I have a beam light here, which kind of makes it better to see them. Yeah, there we go. Let's go ahead and put that down. With the light showing, it actually shows a lot more of the detail. With Tiny and Shorty, they don't really have any difference in the articulation levels. Their arms can go back and forth. They have 360 rotation at the forearm, and their heads can do a 360 rotation. I'm not going to do that again because you guys have already seen that with Shorty. But the hands are interchangeable between Shorty and Tiny. They are not interchangeable. Baby, smack the wall over there. Thank you. But anyway, you heard the... Baby. 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 Did you hear the...
No. I have both these in.
Oh. By the way, I called you 3 times. That's apparently how good those headphones are. But anyway.
That, and if I have them in both my ears, no matter how bad they are, can't see.
Okay. But we are up to 17 minutes on this review. I want to put all the figures together. That way you guys can see the figures all together as one little clown posse. As a matter of fact, this pretty much is a little clown posse. I do recommend on getting these Trick or Treat Studios Killer Clowns from Outer Space figures because a lot of people have said they are really good figures. As a matter of fact, one of my siblings back home actually has the Slim figure now, and they absolutely love Slim because he is actually almost 9 inches tall, which goes very well with these figures right here. Another one that I'm going to try to add to the collection is Fatso and probably some of the other clowns. I'm probably not going to add Shorty from the Trick or Treat Studios because I already have Shorty right here. Now, if anyone does have any questions, concerns on why their 2 ruffles are changed on Tiny and Shorty here, please do not be afraid to put your comments down below. If you want to check it out, please do. Please comment your kind of actions. Also, before we go today, I want to show you guys this neat little add-on that I have for this review. Now, this little add-on has actually been with me for quite some time. This is a Killer Clowns from Outer Space Amok Time Toys Shorty head that actually belonged to one of my siblings because they sadly destroyed the figure. The figure has been through hell and back, let me tell you. It has seen better days, and honestly, I'm not surprised and I'm not too thrilled about this, but I do plan on getting some nail polish remover. I am going to remove the paintwork from this, and I'm going to give it a good clean paint job. I'm going to make my custom female Killer Clown Balloona out of this. As for the hair, I will use some Super Sculpty, and I will get some metal wires and actually dig them into the back of the hair or onto the top of the head to kind of make like a frame going around the head. And I'm going to build a new custom Killer Clowns from Outer Space figure. Now, that being said, is what am I going to do for the ruffle? I actually have a good idea for that. For that, I'm going to buy a Funko Five Nights at Freddy's Ballora figure because you can actually get like the skirt off of Ballora and use it as kind of like a clown ruffle for a figure. I've actually done it in the past, and it actually is a really good add-on and a really great addition to a Killer Clowns custom figure. Or I can just get one of the Killer Clowns figures again and possibly do some modifications to it. But anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Thank you, everyone who decided to jump in today. If you guys want a shout out or if you guys want any kind of recommendation for any products that I have in my collection, I will be more than glad to make more collection videos. As a matter of fact, I will get along to the next thing. I'm gonna show you guys some of my other additions to my collection in the future. But thank you again, guys, for coming to this video. I will see you on the flip side. Stay true, stay blue.